Hey, good morning. How are you? I got a new microphone configuration now. I put it up higher and it drops down in front of me. I hope the sound's already all right. Kind of a weird tool. The bracket rather. It doesn't seem to want to flex the way I want it to. All right. So anyhow, we've all sat around and we've all listened to Donald Trump sit around and tell you that the protesters on Saturday did not represent America. Well, first of all, he has no idea who represents America and who doesn't. That's the first thing you should understand. I'll have to fix that later. He's out of touch with reality for the most part. His world is his world. He's got his own little reality, and you're either for it or against it, and that's what's going to happen. You can't do anything about it. You can't change it. You say he's committing crimes. Well, he's got immunity for most of those crimes. The Supreme Court gave it to him, which I don't know how they're going to get rid of it, but the next president should not have that ability. Vance, of course, is prepping himself for that. Be the next president. He was in Israel, and he comes out and makes a statement that, well, hey, the ceasefire is working better than I expected it to, which is saying he did not agree with Donald Trump. And he didn't think that Trump's plans were going to work, and he's unpleasantly surprised, or whatever. That's just Donald Trump. That's just meat brain over there. There's no substance to anything they say. Excuse me, that he says. I told you he's a two-faced lying son of a bitch, so that's, what it's like, what else can I talk about? Let me take care of this 1 second. Okay. All right, I'm back. But his saying that they don't represent America. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's a true statement, because they don't represent Trump's view of America. Okay? They don't represent his view of America. Oh, excuse me. I was up late again last night because I was outside. I don't know. I can't sleep at night. Sleep in the morning, but I have to get up in the mornings to take care of Lucy. Anyhow, these people represent what they believe to be the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the United States is not Trump's version of America. All right? Can you stop him? I don't know. There was a comment from the Rachel Maddow show, which states that there's a series of things that can go on, but eventually what you need to do, the final step really, is if 3.5% of the population, which is 12 million people, go out and protest Donald Trump during one of these No Kings, something like that, 90% of the time, 99% of the time, or I don't know what number she's using there, it results in a change of government. Now, the problem I'm having with all of this is that whether you use a legitimate method to change the government or look who showed up. Lucy showed up. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. And you use outside forces, or if you do use the vote, you're not really getting rid of the problem. You're getting rid of specific people within the problem. I don't know how you bring it back. I have to look at how Germany did it. But Germany did it with help from us. Now, who's going to help us? You know? Hopefully Canada will and Mexico will. You know, and help get rid of this filthy, horrible Nazism or fascism or whatever you want to call it, authoritarian type government. You know, we'll see what happens there. I really honestly don't know what's going to happen with that. You know, it's a problem. Remember I told you people I do wood carving? Now this is one I'm working on. I'm finishing it up. That's a little version of it. I have about an 8-inch version. This is about a 3-inch version of the owl, great horned owl. That's all natural. I'll show you that tomorrow probably, because I don't want to get up and go get it now because we have cleaning service in the house now and I don't want to disturb their work. But yeah, if you hit 12 million people, now they got 7 million and 5 million, and they've been increasing it roughly 2 or 3 million every time they do one of these things, every 3 months. It's possible, but it's also possible people are going to get, like I am, disillusioned with politics altogether because the shutdown, the Democrats are in the position they are in because they don't have balls. And so help me God, if Kamala Harris comes out and says something, I would throw something at her. I really would. She's been quiet for so long. She's a cow. She turned chicken. Unless, you know, her family's been threatened or something like that. She can prove that that's why she's not talking. You know? She says she's still got support to run for president. Not in my country, she doesn't. I don't want to see her run for president. Not after the despicable demonstration after the election, where she just basically disappeared off the face of the earth and didn't jump up and down. She was afraid that she was going to get shot or something. I don't know what she was afraid of. You know? Trump's been trying to put everybody in jail, Biden, Obama, everybody. I think that would cause him some serious violent problems. See, Trump's got this feeling that the United States Army will stand behind him no matter what. And I got this feeling that, Donnie, you're in for a major, major, major surprise, Donnie. I don't think that they will. This is how I do cleaning and stuff while I'm talking to you guys. I don't know how much of the military will stand with him. I mean, there is a great deal of racism. Military seems to tend to follow, to admire totalitarian governments, you know. And Trump's doing the same thing that the totalitarian governments do. He's making sure that they get paid, you know. Have you seen where he wants $230 million from his own Justice Department for the cases that were filed against him in the past? You know what? Give it to him. He's going to need it when he gets out of office. So, because civilian people on the street are going to sue that bastard. All right, he's never going to get to spend a dime of his money when he gets out. And he doesn't. He'll be spending the Republicans' money, and they'll be bankrupt if you listen to him. They're headed for that now. Trump does this thing where he makes money, and and his investors and other people involved in the various items that he's dealing with are bankrupt. You know. So that's Donnie. You know? Oh, I wish I could show you the stuff on my wall. I had some nice stuff I did. Couple, like four clocks, and 4 wooden plaques, natural wooden plaques that I wood burned. That was all wood burning. Oh, except one clock was a carving. Yeah. Anyhow, that's it. I don't know, you know. What are we looking at here now? Oh, you know how he said, I got a meeting with my pal Putin coming up. No problem. Now there's no meeting scheduled at all. Putin is figuring that he can, if he stalls around Trump, Trump won't send any, he was worried that Trump was going to send Tomahawk missiles. And as soon as Trump said, no, we're not going to give him Tomahawk missiles, or no long-range weaponry, as soon as he said that, then Putin just went in massive drone attacks, you know. I guess if you're in the drone industry, you can make some money now selling the drones to Zelensky. Because if you look at the Ukraine, if you look at it, an unweaponized drone or an unarmed drone, or it can be weaponized in a couple hours, maybe a day. And if you have the right amount of equipment and crews, and they have all the parts and everything, they just go out and buy drones if they can't build them themselves, you know, and then just send them over to Russia and, you know, take out the supply columns that are coming towards the Ukraine. That's a basic strategy of military. We used it against Germany. We took out their supply lines, starved their armor for gasoline. Let them overextend themselves, you know? It's the way it's done. What else is going on today? Let's see. My wife's problem appears to be of a physical rather than a disease-orientated problem, and that means that there's quite possibly a fix for it. Don't know. She has to undergo another test to be sure. And even if they help her a little bit, you know, just get about, you know, 30% more mobility than she has right now, I think she'll be okay. You know, I think she'll be happy anyhow. Probably not. Probably not, you know. All or nothing, baby. So, you know. So what do you think of my show in the mornings, huh? You think it's any good? I don't think it is. I think I'm missing something because I'm getting bored doing it. And, you know, because it's all Trump. You know, when it's all Trump, that sucks, you know. You know, that's just boring and depressing. And the weather down here is cloudy and thunderstorms every day. Huge storms rolling over the mountains, fog rolling over the mountains. It's been like this for about a month now, and you get one sunshiny day, and you spend it shopping, so you can't really enjoy the day itself. You know, that's kind of the way things are going around here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What's that? Oh, that's just paper. Wow. I need to get out more. So anyhow, what can I say, folks, huh? What can I say? Oh, let me see something before I leave. Before I leave you, dear hearts. Yeah, you know, oh, here's another thing. Now, Hegseth says that all military officials can't talk to... Oh, no, here it is. Approval for all actions interactions between military officials and Congress. They have to have approval first before they can be brought in. Well, I don't know, if Congress subpoenas them, I think that's approval. If they don't like it, then they can go someplace else to work, you know. There are a lot of really good people leaving the military now, you know. They don't want any part of it, and there's a lot of really bad people going in, so, you know, that's the problem. Of course, Trump wants robots. Trump can't wait till there's robots. Then these people will do whatever, they'll do whatever he tells them to do, and there's not a damn thing that people can do about it, you know. I find this fascinating. Let's see. La 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 la. Breast cancers rate increasing more than other kinds of cancers. I don't know if they know what causes it. You know? What are people doing now that they weren't doing 7 months from now, before, or a year ago? You know, what's the big problem there? You know, they used to blame it on no bras. They used to blame it on everything else. So, you know. I don't know. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know what causes a lot of cancer. I don't think anybody does, the specific causes of it. There are certain things that are labeled carcinogens that cause cancer, but do they cause that particular type of cancer or not, you know? Boy, I hope the next president's got balls enough to do it with gerrymandering, you know. But who knows, you know what I'm saying? Alright, time of day. Hit the subscribe button. Maybe that's why I'm bored. Not any new subscribers. Just the same old 17 people. I love you guys. I really do. Without you, I wouldn't do this at all if you weren't there. So anyhow, let's go subscribe if you haven't already done so. And comment if you haven't already done so. Whether you like my stories or whether you think you agree or disagree with the things I'm saying. Because they're all opinions, you know. Well, this stuff I said today is factual because it's coming out of the newsroom, you know. But I think maybe that's the problem. I'm not doing enough of my own opinions now. You know, maybe we'll start doing that more, you know. Alright, so have a great day. It's Wednesday, hump day, baby. That does not mean you get to hump the cleaning lady, okay? So have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.